That right there, my friends, may be a face only a mother can love, but it sure does grab your attention. Crazy. Crazy. I love it. Hey, welcome to the channel, Scott's Garage HTX. Don't forget the HTX. Today I got a really unique vehicle. It's a USSV Hamba, and that translates to tiger. I think Chinese or a Japanese company owns USSV. I'm not sure about that yet. Look that up. But this is a prototype that they did, and it was up for sale in Barrett-Jackson. And oh, my friend picked it up, so I get to film it. And yes, it is quite unique, and you can tell every single body panel on here is custom. This is not an armored vehicle, all right? Don't go be shooting at it. The glass is still the same glass as original. It's not armored or thick or anything like that. I don't even know where you would insure a armored vehicle. I don't even know what company would do such a thing. But for this right here, this is based off a 2019 Ford F150 single cab short bed, and then they even shortened the frame when they put this together. We measured the wheelbase at 124 inches. These wheels and tires, 35 inch. And I've seen a lot of these custom wheels, a lot on Broncos and such, and I really like this style of wheels. It sets it up great. And of course, all-terrain tires on here probably go over anything or through most anything, but it does sit a bit low. And we're going to take a look at the suspension, because this is really designed to go over rough terrain quickly. It's got the 5.0 in it and a completely custom interior. Take a look at a couple of these things real quick, okay? First thing I want to look at is this suspension. As we look at the suspension up front, you can tell this means business. Just look at that. That's a bulletproof 2.5 aluminum series suspension. Lots of travel on it. And then you look at the custom bottom A-arms and the top up there as well. That is made tough and to go quickly over some really tough terrain. We'll take a look underneath this car here in a minute or two, but first let's take a look at the motor. It's not going to be anything special. It's going to be a stock 5.0, but I'll show you some quirks on it. First thing I want to show you or point out and see if you catch it. All right, just look at the hood, look at the front of the cowl up here by the windshield, and see if you notice anything not odd, but maybe missing. This hood is heavy. When we're going to open this up, I have to put this down for a second because it's a two-person job, quite honestly, because it's so heavy. When you release the release from inside, it doesn't pop up like a normal steel aluminum hood. It just stays pushed down, and you really got to work on it to get it open. There we go. That's a lot of weight. Like I was saying, 5.0 in there is more than enough power to motivate this. I know it may have a little extra weight on it, but like it's not the 3.5, it's the 5.0. Got a lot of torque in it, takes up a lot of space. But this is what I was saying earlier. Earlier we thought, well, we'll fill up that washer fluid reservoir because it wasn't working. And then we noticed a big puddle of washer fluid underneath the car when we did it. It's not there now. And the hose was just disconnected. Well, we'll just figure out where to hook up the hose and everything will be fine. No, not exactly. There is no place to put the washer fluid. So that's one thing you might be missing, but I'm telling you, everything else in this car makes up for it. Or truck. Gotta like it. The real prize of this is inside. It's like an executive in here. All the diamond stitching. Seats are incredibly comfortable. And then you climb back, and the back. And it's like you should be chaperoned or chauffeured around in here with your little computer and doing your business work during the day. I believe this infotainment center right here is a Ford unit. I'm not really sure everything that's on there. We're going to take a look at it, see what we can find. Another pretty cool feature is this Alcantara headliner. It goes to full length. And now when you really look at it, you can tell how they shortened the wheelbase of a regular F-150. And then you're sitting back there a little bit beyond where a extended cab would be. It took us a little while to figure out how to open the back. We kept on pressing this button. Oh no, we're gonna have to fix something. This isn't working. What could be going on? And we said, oh wait, let's start it. There we go. That did the trick. And I'm not really sure why, but I guess the back of a Jeep worked perfectly for the floor mat back here. And there's lots of space. All four of your buddies load up your golf clubs and go golfing. Not a problem. I like that. I'm not sure where these come off of. Maybe a trailer, 18-wheeler, something. Nothing on a production car that I know of. Now all these panels on the roof, the back, tailgate, all of this right here is aluminum, except for these massive steel bumpers in the back and in the front. But to save weight, if that's a thing on this vehicle, quite honestly, all these panels are aluminum. Pretty cool. I love the vehicle. We're gonna go for a ride in it, but first, I wanna look on the underside of this. Underneath the vehicle it's a stock F-150, but 10-speed transmission, solid rear end. What the point is, if you have any mechanical issues, you just take this to the Ford dealership and it's not a problem. Except for I'm not a big fan of these plastic drain plugs. You have to replace them every once in a while. They're not lifetime, that's for sure. And that's just from my experience of changing oil. But here again, look at these beefy lower A-arms. This was the hose I was talking to you about on the washer fluid reservoir. So they just pretty much, again, this is a prototype, but it works nearly flawlessly. I mean, aside from the washer fluid, are you really going to care about that? No, you're not. This is very dependable, serviceable, and unique as all get out. You cannot go anywhere without somebody taking pictures, filming. Since we've been filming the parking lot, multiple people have stopped and it got out to take pictures, which is kind of funny because my friend is kind of a reserved to himself individual, and he probably got the most standoutish vehicle in town at the moment. Seatbelts. So that's pretty cool. This is a prototype, this whole vehicle, right? They were going to make a couple of these.
They make you've been to the website USSV that made it.
Yeah, so I went out there.
They've got a really large 4-door SUV that's built on, I believe it's an F450 frame. So it's got either the 6.8 liter or there's a diesel and a gasoline, a really big engine. And they put the same kind of cladding on it, but it's a 4-door. And then they make one on a Jeep platform as well, but it's also a 4-door. So this is really their first 2-door concept vehicle. And
is that what it is?
I mean, that's the big difference between the other vehicles they make and they don't. And they stuck with the Ford platform. But, like we talked about before, they've done some nice touches on the interior with the Alcantara, and then, the dashboard's fully leathered, the doors are leathered and stitched.
That's exactly right. This is all leather, right. And it's diamond stitched and red stitched. So
it matches the pattern on the seats, and I mean the back.
Even the dash is leather.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really a nice place to be.
Well, and the back seats too. I mean, it's almost like being in a nightclub back there, right? I mean,
really, I think you should be chauffeured around in here, and you should have a little table set up and do your work as you drive around Houston, I guess.
As the executive, no.
As the executive, because you're that important, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's.
What did you figure out about this? So you finally got your Bluetooth hooked up.
Bluetooth is hooked up. I mean, it'll do radio. I mean, it's got, but it's a standard,
Don't turn the radio on.
No, I know you got copyright issues or whatever. So.
Yeah, but where's the main screen again? Home.
Home, yeah.
And this still is a Ford unit. This isn't something that came out of something custom. So climate.
Yeah, I mean climate control. Yeah, when I was driving around the rain yesterday, you hit that and it comes on, it defogs and. Go back to auto, independent climate controls, either side.
That is the most interesting button that I see in the entire thing, and whether or not you can actually watch video on this, because this screen actually looks, I would assume to watch true video on any kind of screen or infotainment system, the resolution has to be there. So
let's go to YouTube.
Yeah, bring up one of my videos. Since I know you subscribed, it probably should just be one button, right?
Is that how it works? I don't go to YouTube often enough.
That's not the answer I was looking for.
No. Okay, so we're playing video on here. I think. Let me double check the Bluetooth connection that we're connected.
Be a clown show. Hello, welcome to our channel, Scott's Garage HTX.
Well, we got the audio.
And as promised, I was going to update.
You could have got a unicorn rainbow unicorn and got less attention than this truck.
It is. Let's just say you don't have a problem finding a parking spot. They always park it up front.
Yeah, that's right. You went to a nice steakhouse,
and
they parked this right beside all the Maseratis and Ferraris, didn't they?
They parked in front of. Yeah.
In front of them.
Yes, it was the number one spot.
Your reputation precedes you.
Yeah. It's also a lot nicer driving in traffic than my regular car because people do tend to get out of your way.
You think that's reputation, or the fact do you think they think you're going to run them over?
Run over, yeah.
One of the two. Yeah. I agree. It's one of the two. But the ride, again, it's not too bad. Okay, it's a little bit over the bumps.
Yeah, but that's Houston streets.
That is, yeah, you can't escape that. It's nice having a truck in Houston. But these seats in the interior, and it's quiet in here.
Oh yeah, it is really quiet. I mean, you hear it when you start up, but it's pretty nice driving. Surprisingly nice driving.
Now, this might be something he wants to, move on. Yeah, maybe it's not his personality, but it seems to be a lot of other people's personality. They really, really enjoy it. So I'm thinking that if he does move it on, he's going to get a good price for it. It runs like a regular F150, excuse me, except for the suspension and the large tires. It has no problem getting around town. It's quite functional. It really is. Which was surprising to me. Like I said, you've got all that room in the back. The back seat is so comfortable. The seats are so comfortable. It's so quiet. Definitely worth something checking out.